The homelessness crisis is worse than ever, and governments must act now to prevent further suffering. If you found this video informative and shocking, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to GlobeMist for more breaking news and global mysteries. What do you think about this crisis? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Down. In Bangladesh, more than 5 million people are homeless due to overpopulation, urban poverty, and climate-related disasters. In Dhaka, slum settlements continue to expand, with millions of families living in cramped and unsanitary conditions. Frequent floods and cyclones displace thousands annually, destroying homes and livelihoods. The government has struggled to provide long-term housing solutions, making informal settlements the only option for many. The combination of economic instability and poor infrastructure further worsens the crisis, forcing people into extreme poverty. Nigeria faces an alarming homelessness crisis with 4.5 million individuals living without stable housing. Lagos, the country's largest city, has seen mass evictions, forcing thousands onto the streets every year. The rise in homelessness is linked to economic instability, lack of jobs, and political corruption. Violent crime makes living on the streets dangerous, as homeless individuals are at high risk of exploitation and abuse. Government housing programs have been slow to materialize, leaving many vulnerable to extreme poverty, hunger, and illness. The homelessness crisis in the Philippines affects 4.5 million people, particularly in Metro Manila, where urban slums have expanded rapidly. Many families live in makeshift homes near polluted rivers or under bridges, struggling to survive. The issue is worsened by natural disasters like typhoons and earthquakes, which frequently displace large communities. Government efforts to provide low-cost housing have been insufficient, leaving millions without access to safe, stable shelter. The growing economic divide has pushed more people into extreme poverty, where survival is an everyday challenge. Argentina is experiencing a worsening economic collapse, leading to 3.6 million homeless individuals. Inflation has soared to record-breaking levels, making it impossible for many to afford housing. Buenos Aires has seen a surge in tent communities, where displaced families are forced to live in temporary shelters or abandoned buildings. Employment opportunities have dwindled, leaving people stranded in poverty. The government has attempted to roll out assistance programs, but housing shortages and financial instability have prevented effective solutions. As inflation continues to rise, the number of homeless individuals will likely grow even higher. In Sudan, civil conflict has displaced nearly 3 million people, making homelessness one of the country's greatest challenges. Entire villages have been abandoned, forcing families to relocate to crowded refugee camps, where food shortages and disease outbreaks are common. Violence and war have prevented humanitarian relief efforts from reaching those in need, leaving thousands without access to health care or proper shelter. Ongoing instability has made it nearly impossible for displaced families to return home, trapping them in crisis for years. China is facing a growing homelessness problem, with over 2.5 million individuals living without adequate housing. Urban centers like Beijing and Shanghai have seen increases in homeless populations due to strict residency laws and high living costs. Many individuals are forced to sleep in underground shelters or abandoned buildings as government restrictions make it difficult to access assistance. Rural poverty and migration challenges have also contributed to the crisis, as displaced individuals struggle to find stable employment and housing opportunities in major cities. India, home to 1.77 million homeless individuals, is struggling to manage slum expansion in major cities like Mumbai and Delhi. Overcrowding, rural displacement, and lack of government intervention have created harsh living conditions for millions. Farmers facing economic pressure and land disputes have been pushed into homelessness, particularly in northern India. Despite various housing initiatives, demand far exceeds supply, leaving thousands of people without shelter. Slums continue to expand, worsening poverty rates and creating dangerous living conditions. The global homelessness crisis in 2025 has reached devastating proportions, with millions struggling for survival. If immediate action is not taken, the situation will continue to deteriorate, leading to widespread human suffering. Governments must invest in affordable housing, economic opportunities, and social support systems to prevent further displacement. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to GlobeMist for more updates on global issues. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think can be done to solve this crisis? Pakistan currently has the highest homeless population in the world, with over 8 million people living without proper shelter. Economic disparity, displacement, and weak housing policies have driven millions into makeshift homes or the streets. Karachi and Lahore have seen a rise in slum populations, with families struggling for basic necessities such as clean water and medical care. Political instability has worsened the situation, as ineffective welfare programs fail to address the root causes of homelessness. Many sleep in railway stations, sidewalks, and abandoned buildings, making survival increasingly difficult. 3. Syria. War-torn and homeless Syria has 5.3 million homeless individuals, largely due to ongoing conflict and displacement. Entire cities have been destroyed, forcing families to live in refugee camps. Lack of international aid has left millions without proper shelter. Children and elderly people are among the most affected. The Syria crisis has led to 5.3 million people being forced into homelessness, mainly due to ongoing conflict and displacement. Cities like Aleppo and Idlib have been severely affected, with bombings and warfare leaving entire neighborhoods in ruins. Refugee camps are overcrowded and under-resourced, creating severe hardships for those seeking stability. International humanitarian aid has been slow to meet demand, leaving many families without proper food, clean drinking water, or medical assistance. As tensions persist, millions remain uncertain about their future, trapped in a cycle of displacement. United States, the worst homelessness surge in decades. The U.S. has seen an alarming 18% increase in homelessness in 2024, with over 770,000 people living without shelter. California alone has 172,000 homeless individuals, making it the largest homeless population in the country. New York City, Los Angeles, and San Francisco are among the worst-hit cities, with tent cities expanding rapidly. Rising rents, drug addiction, and mental health issues are fueling the crisis. The homelessness crisis in the United States has escalated dramatically in 2025, with an 18% increase in unhoused individuals. More than 770,000 people are struggling without shelter, with California facing the brunt of the crisis. Los Angeles, New York City, and San Francisco have seen record-high numbers as tent cities continue to grow uncontrollably. The major causes include skyrocketing rent prices, lack of affordable housing, drug addiction, and the failure of social services to support vulnerable populations. Government intervention has been sluggish, leaving thousands exposed to extreme weather conditions, violence, and food insecurity. Shocking reality. Homelessness is spiraling out of control in 2025, with record-breaking numbers of people living on the streets. From the United States to Pakistan, cities are struggling to cope with the crisis. But which places are suffering the most, and what's causing this surge in homelessness? Stay with us as we uncover the 10 worst-hit locations and the hidden truths behind this growing catastrophe. Welcome to GlobeMist, your go-to channel for shocking, updated, and real-time global news. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest humanitarian crises of our time, homelessness. With rising housing costs, economic instability, and social breakdown, millions of people are losing their homes. Governments are struggling to respond, and the situation is worse than ever. But where is homelessness hitting the hardest? Let's break it down.